Hi. There was a time, and it possibly still exists, where people would go along to listen to a teacher. They would take a notebook and they would take notes of what that person said. Now, of course, we can record it, but there are certain people, you might call them public speakers, professional speakers, who do not like to have their talk recorded. Sometimes it's for commercial reasons. They don't like to have their speech recorded in case it's played all over the place, and there's no point in their presenting that speech to other parts of the world because people have already heard it and played it over a few times. So this is one way of looking at it. But look at it this way. If you buy a book, for example, you can read the book. There's a bit you don't understand, you can instantly flash back and read it again, and maybe even a third time to the meaning, so that the meaning sinks in. If you're a speaker and your speech is not being recorded, and that particular meaning is lost, what you've said is lost because perhaps you didn't reiterate it enough, or but for some reason or other, that particular part of the message is lost. It's lost forever for that particular listener. If he or she is able to record it, then they can play it back at leisure. And we see this when we look at YouTube. We look up one of the best speakers in the world. We can play his or her TED talk, TEDx talk, message, whatever it is, and we can play it several times and even look at it again weeks later, months later, years later. You can't do that if your message is not recorded. In the old days, we'd battle on trying to record it in longhand writing on a notepad. Now, of course, we can put up our recording machines and take it home, put it into our own computer, play it back, see it as a video. This was not possible years ago. Now it is. But for the speaker, surely, in a way, it's selfish to say, no, I don't want my speech recorded. I don't want people to listen to it later. Why? Are you embarrassed because of a few fumbles, a few mistakes, which everyone makes? Afraid of being quoted? Unless you're a politician, unless you're a statesman, it doesn't matter if you're quoted, surely. So my advice would be, or not so much advice, what I urge you to do is be willing to have your presentations recorded so that people can get the gist of it, not just the gist of it, get the thorough content by playing it over and over again till they really understand what you are trying to tell them. After all, isn't this why you're speaking? Trying to persuade, influence, change the listener in some way? Let them do it by being able to play it over a few times until they fully understand what you've got to say. They'll be glad for it, and so should you.